Good morning dear students. Today we are discussing about the neutralization curves and indicators used in the acid-base titration. This neutralization curves is also called the titrations that is coming under the acid-base chapter. So first one, we have to know what is called indicators. So what is the definition of indicators? Indicators may be defined as the organic substances which shows a well-marked change of color in certain intervals of pH. And the indicator change in the color of the indicators can be explained by three simple theories. First one is the physico-chemical theory, second is the organic theory, and the third is the colloidal theory. So in case of physico-chemical theory, it depends upon the certain presence or absence of certain ions. If ions are increased means causes the appearance of new color, and a decrease in particular ions may causes the disappearance of a color or appearance of different color. And the second theory is the organic theory, and this indicates that the indicator color change depends upon the change in the molecular structure of a molecule. And the third one is the colloidal theory, which indicates that the indicator forms a colloidal solutions and the change in color depends upon the change in the size of these colloidal particles. Next we can discuss what are the precautions we have to be taken while using the indicators. First precaution is we have to use 3 drops of the indicator test solution. Second one is when a strong acid and strong base is titrating, the indicator could be methyl orange, methyl red and phenolphthalein. And in case of titration between a weak acid and strong base, the indicator will be phenolphthalein. And in case of a weak alkali titration with a strong acid, methyl red can be used as an indicator. If we are titrating with a weak alkali and a weak acid, this titration is very rare because no indicator is available to give a sharp endpoint. And the last point or last precaution is the appearance of the color is more easily observable than the disappearance. So we have to choose an indicator that will give an appearance of a color at the end of the titrations. Here comes a classification of the acid-base indicators. Acid-base indicators can be classified chemically as azodides, phthalines, sulfonphthaleins and triphenyl methane dyes. The examples that is coming under azodides are methyl orange, methyl red, Congo red, etc. And those that coming under phthalines are phenolphthalein, eosin and fluorescein. In this eosin and fluorescein is also called adsorption indicators that is used in the precipitation titration. And the third type is sulfonphthaleins. Here the examples are bromocresol green, bromocresol blue, bromocresol purple, bromothymol blue and cresol red, etc. And the fourth one is triphenyl methane dyes, which includes crystal violet, rosaniline, also called magenta. Next we can discuss in detail which are the commonly used indicators in the acid-base titration. First one is a methyl orange. Its chemical name is dimethyl aminoazobenzene sulfonic acid. They are coming under the X category, that is azo indicator. They are available either as a free acid or as a sodium salt. If it is a sodium salt, the name will be sodium salt for dimethyl aminoazobenzene for sulfonic acid. In alkaline solution, it is yellow color, and it is because of the since it is present as a sodium salt of sulfonic acid, and the yellow color is due to N double bond N group. If you are adding an acid to it, there is a change in the structure. Initially, since it is a benzenol structure, it will become a quinol structure, and this quinol structure will be having a red form. Now we can discuss what are the preparation techniques of the indicator solution of the methyl orange. Methyl orange 0.1 gram is taken and it is dissolved in the 80 ml of water. Then we have to add a sufficient amount of 95% ethanol to produce 100 ml. And the pH range of methyl orange indicator is 2.9 to 4. The color change is red to yellow. Here comes the structure of the methyl orange, and here is the benzenol structure that is having a yellow color, and the quinol form will be having a red color. Next is a methyl red indicator. It is a dark red powder or violet crystals that is soluble in the ethanol and practically insoluble in water. Its preparation is we have to take 50 mg of methyl red in a mixture of 1.86 ml of 0.1 ml sodium hydroxide and 50 ml of 95% of ethanol. After solution is effected, add sufficient water to produce 100 ml. The pH range of this solution will be 4.2 to 6.3 and the color change will be from red to yellow. The methyl red indicator is generally used in the assay of weak bases, example the bases like ammonia and amines. This indicator is also useful for replacing methyl orange in the titration of ammonia and other weak bases, with which it gives a better endpoint. And this is the structure of the methyl red. Next is the Congo red. It is chemically diphenyl diazo bis 1-naphthylamine sulfonic acid. Its pH range is 3 to 5 and the color change is blue to red. And the fourth one is the most common one, that is phenolphthalein, and it is the simplest substances of the phthalate group, can be prepared by treating phthalic anhydride with phenol in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, which is functioning as a dehydrating agent. And the phenolphthalein is a typical indicator that is commonly used in the acid-base titration, as I have said previously. It is a white crystalline powder and insoluble in water but readily soluble in alcohol. The name phenolphthalein, which is colorless in acid and neutral solution but becomes red in slightly alkaline solution, and the red color fades in strongly alkaline solutions. Preparation of indicator solution. Phenolphthalein can be prepared by two solution form. One is phenolphthalein solution and the other is dilute phenolphthalein solution. Phenolphthalein solution can be prepared by taking 1 gram of phenolphthalein in 10 ml of 95% ethanol and add sufficient quantity of ethanol 95% to produce 100 ml. And dilute phenolphthalein solution can be prepared by taking 0.1 gram of phenolphthalein in 80 ml of 95% ethanol and then add sufficient water to produce 100 ml. Next we can discuss about the universal indicators, or it is also called a multiple range indicators. This is a type of indicators that will together changes in color may be obtained over a considerable portion of the pH range, and this mixture of indicators such used is called a universal indicator. They are not suitable for the quantitative titration but can be employed for the determination of approximate pH of a solution by the colorimetric method. The examples coming under the universal indicators are methyl red, thymol blue universal indicator. Here the compositions are methyl red, thymol blue and ethyl alcohol, and their respective weight is given here. Next is the Kolthoff's universal indicator. It is an alternative to the indicator we have discussed previously. This universal indicator is prepared by dissolving the following indicator dyes in absolute ethanol and sodium hydroxide solution, and the compositions are phenolphthalein, methyl red, methyl yellow, bromothymol blue, thymol blue, absolute ethanol up to 500 ml and sodium hydroxide solution, that is quantity sufficient, and the weight is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5 gram respectively. Next is another recipe for the universal indicator that has the compositions like methyl orange, methyl red, bromothymol blue, phenolphthalein, ethanol 66% up to 100 ml. To use the universal indicator, we have to put 0.5 or 1 ml, that is 10 to 20 drops of the unknown solution in the depression of the tile for spot test, and then add a drop of the indicator solution and check for the color change. Next is screen indicators. Screen indicators is very important one, and they can be added to improve the color of the indicator that is used. It is a type of pH sensitive dye stuff to produce the complement of one of the indicator colors. They contain a suitable dye which does not change in color in the pH range involved and is used purely to modify the acidic and alkaline colors of the indicator. That is, they will improve the color of a particular indicator by the principle of light absorption with the object of giving a more easily distinguished endpoint at a definite pH. Examples of screened indicators are screened methyl orange indicator, and this includes methyl orange, silane cyanol FF with ethanol 50% volume by volume up to 500. Here the color change from the alkaline to the acid side is green to grey plus magenta, and the pH range is 3.8 at the middle. Second example is screened methyl red. It is methyl red with methylene blue, and the same range as unscreened methyl red, but its color change is from red violet to green. That is red violet in the acid solution and green in the alkaline solution. Next is the theory of indicator, that is acid base indicators theory. There are two important theories. First one is the Ostwald theory and the second is the Queneau theory. In case of Ostwald theory, the theory states that the color change of the indicator is due to ionization of the acid-base indicator. The unionized, if the indicator is a weak acid, its ionization is very much low in the acids due to common H plus ions, while it is fairly ionized in the alkalis. Similarly, if the indicator is a weak base, its ionization is very low in alkalis due to common OH minus ion, but its ionization is very large in acids. Next is we can explain this Ostwald theory by taking two examples, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. The phenolphthalein can be represented as HPH. Its ionization can be represented as HPH gives H plus and pH. Here HPH, that is unionized form, is colorless, while the ionized form will give the pink color according to the Ostwald theory. By applying the law of mass action to the previous ionization equation, we will get K is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of pH minus divided by concentration of HPH. The undissociated molecules of phenolphthalein are colorless, while pH minus ions are pink in color. We can take the consideration of acids and bases. In presence of an acid, the ionization of HPH is practically negligible as the equilibrium shifts to the left hand due to higher concentration of H plus ions. Thus, the solution would remain colorless because undissociation. In addition of alkali, the hydrogen ions are removed by the OH minus present in the alkali and they are emitted in the form of water. Therefore, the equilibrium shift towards the right hand side and the concentration of pH minus ions will increases in the solution, which may impart the pink color to the solution. And here is a diagram for the diagrammatical representation for the color change of phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein at neutral pH it is colorless, while the phenolphthalein at alkaline condition it is pink colored solution. Next is the explanation of Ostwald theory with the example methyl orange. It is a very weak base and can be represented as MEOH. The ionization is given here. MEOH gives Me plus plus OH minus. The undissociated form is having a yellow color, while dissociated form is having a red color. In presence of an acid, the OH minus ions are removed in the form of water molecule and the above equilibrium shift towards the right hand side. This sufficient Me plus ions are produced which imparts a red color to a solution. On addition of alkali, the concentration of OH minus increases in the solution and the equilibrium shift towards the left hand side. This may impart yellow color since it unionizes. Here is a diagram. pH is equal to 2. Here ionized form in acid condition, in base condition here it is unionized form. Acid condition it is having a red color, base condition it is having a yellow color. Next is the second theory, that is Queneau theory. According to Queneau theory, an acid base indicators exist in two tautomeric form having different structures which are in equilibrium. One tautomeric form is called benzenode form and the other is called Queneau form. This also can be explained with the help of two examples. Here these two forms have different colors. The color change is due to interconversion of one tautomeric form into other tautomeric form. And here is the example. Two form will be the one is benzenode form. Here this is a benzenode form and here is a Queneau form. They are in the equilibrium to each other. The benzenode form will be having one color and the Queneau form will be having the another color. So we can explain with the help of example phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is having a benzenode form in the acidic medium, thus it is colorless, while Queneau form is in alkaline medium it will be having Queneau form, that is pink color. And here is the conversion, tautomeric conversion of the benzenode and Queneau form of the phenolphthalein. Next is a methyl orange. Methyl orange is Queneau form in the acidic solution and benzenode form in the alkaline solution. The color of benzenode form is yellow, while that of Queneau form is red color. And the Queneau form in the acidic solution is having a red color, while the benzenode form in the alkaline solution will be having a yellow color. Next is what are the types of acid-base titration. These types of acid-base titration is also the answer for the neutralization curves that is coming under the acid-base titrations. And this titration, aqueous acid-base titration, is a titration between acids and bases dissolved in water. There are 4 different types. First one is a strong acid, strong base titration. Second is a weak acid, strong base titration. Then strong acid, weak base titration, and then weak acid, weak base titrations. So first one, strong acid, strong base titration. Here the strong acid plus strong base gives salt plus water, and this reaction, example for the strong acid is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, etc. And example for strong base is sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, etc., which will react together to give a salt plus water. The reaction occur in a stoichiometric form. Each molecule of acid react with the corresponding molecule. At the end point, there is no molecule of acids and bases exist, and hence the end point is precise and sharp. And the example is the reaction of hydrochloric acid with the sodium hydroxide to give sodium chloride plus water. And here is a titration curve that is obtained by taking volume of sodium hydroxide consumed on the x-axis and the pH change on the y-axis. And here is a titration curve that is starting from the acidic pH, and by the addition of sodium hydroxide the pH of the solution increases, and while reaching on the pH 7 it is equivalent, reaches the equivalent point pH 7. Then again if we are adding the sodium hydroxide, the pH is increasing, and again addition it is increased, and will reach a sigmoid curve like shape. So the pH at the end point is neutral, that is 7. So indicator that change color in this pH is used. Indicator used for the titration of strong acid and strong bases phenolphthalein. Its pH range is 8.2 to 10. And next is second one is a bromocresol green. Its pH range is 3.8 to 5.4. Next is a titration with a weak acid by strong base. The example is titration between 0.1 molar acetic acid with a 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide. This titration starts at high pH because acetic acid is a weak acid, and the pH changes slowly at first and rapidly increases at equivalence point. That is, rapidly change occurs at a pH range of 7 to 11. As pH range is shorter, the choice of indicator is more critical. So here is a neutralization curve for the weak acid and strong base titration. The volume of sodium hydroxide is given on the x-axis and pH change on the y-axis. As we are using a weak acid, the pH is the curve will be starting from above 2, and by the addition of sodium hydroxide the pH is increasing, and after 7 the pH range will be, they will attain a equivalent point. And here since it is a pH change is very short, to identify the indicator it will be very difficult. So the indicators used for this titations are phenolphthalein having a range of 8.2 to 10, methyl red 2.8 to 4.6, methyl orange 4.2 to 6.3, bromocresol green 3.8 to 5.4, and the reaction, chemical reaction is CH3COH plus NaOH gives CH3COO Na plus water. This CH3COO Na salt solution is basic, so equivalence point is present on the basic pH. Now if we are considering, if we are taking 100 ml of 0.1 normal acetic acid solution is titrated with 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide, we know according to law of mass action, K acid is equal to concentration H plus into concentration CH3COO minus divided by CH3COH, that is, it is a constant. Initially the CH3COH gives H plus plus CH3COO minus, that is, by the addition of NaOH CH3COH will be ionized to give H plus and CH3COO minus. At that time the K acid will be H plus into CH3COO minus divided by CH3COH concentration. But initially the CH3COO minus amount will be equal to concentration of H plus. Therefore we can write the above equation as K acid into here H plus, and this will be equal to H plus. So H plus plus H plus gives H plus whole square concentration divided by CH3COOH. Rearrangement and taking the negative logarithm, we will get the equation as pH is equal to half pKa minus half log concentration of acid, that is pK is equal to negative log of Ka which is equal to negative log of 1.8 k. Dissociation constant for acid is 1.86 into 10 raised to minus 5, and we will get a value of 4.73. Substituting this value on the above equation, pH is equal to 1 by 2 into pK, that is 4.73, minus half into log concentration of acid. Here if we are adding 1.1 ml of the acid, that is log 0.1, which is equal to 2.87. Next is pH of the intermediate points. If the pH is equal to pKa minus log concentration of acid by salt, consider if 50% of acetic acid is titrated with 50 ml of sodium hydroxide, then pH is equal to pKa minus log concentration of acid by salt. So 50% of acetic acid is titrated with 50 ml of water, so concentration 50 divided by 50, we will get that is 4.73, and consider if 0.1 ml of acetic acid is remaining, then pH is equal to pKa minus log 0.1 divided by 99.9 of salt, we will get 7.73. that is the pH of intermediate points. Then at pH at equivalence point, that is water plus CH3CO minus gives CH3COH plus OH minus. Partially hydrolysis, because acetic acid is weaker acid and strong base does not hydrolysis. By applying the law of mass action to the above equation, we will get CH3COH concentration into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of H2O into concentration of CH3CO minus gives K. pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2 pK plus 1 by 2 log concentration of salt. Then next is the titration of weak base with a strong acid. Here the example for weak base is ammonium hydroxide and strong acid is hydrochloric acid. Ammonium hydroxide plus HCl gives ammonium chloride plus water, and the pH declines slowly first and then falls abruptly from pH 7 to 3. An indicator used is methyl red and methyl orange and bromophenol blue plus bromocresol green, and the equivalence point is 5.3 pH. The initial pH will be 14 minus 1 by 2 pK base plus 1 by 2 log concentration of base. Intermediate pH can be calculated by the equation 14 minus pK base plus log concentration of base divided by salt, and the equivalence point pH can be calculated by the equation 7 minus 1 by 2 pK base minus 1 by 2 log concentration of salt. And here is a graph of weak base and strong acid titration. Volume of sodium hydroxide. Initially it was a weak base, so the curve starts from the base part. Then by the addition of hydrochloric acid, the pH will decreases and will reach an equivalent point here, and then again by the addition of the hydrochloric acid, the pH will be decreases abruptly. Fourth one is titration of weak acid with weak base. Here the example is weak acid example is CH3COH plus ammonium hydroxide, and the salt produced will be CH3CO NH4, that is ammonium acetate plus water. The change of pH is gradual here and there is no sharp endpoint, so mixer indicator have to be used. The indicator used will be neutral red plus methylene blue, and the pH can be calculated by the equation 7 plus 1 by 2 pK acid minus 1 by 2 pK base, which is equal to 7 plus half into pK acid is equal to 2.37, and half into pK base is equal to 2.38, which is equal to 6.99. And here is a curve between the acetic acid and ammonium hydroxide. So initially if we are using weak acid, the graph will be starting from above to, because it is a weak acid, and there is a small change in the slight decline in the pH, and again if we are adding ammonium hydroxide, it will increases. Thank you.